Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we help you stay prepared for whatever life throws at you. Today we're diving into some critical world events that you absolutely need to pay attention to. Events that are already impacting global supply chains, your access to basic goods, and could push us closer to economic collapse or even global conflict. We're talking about the ongoing war between Israel and Iran, the Russia-Ukraine war, a crippling dockworkers strike in the United States, and the devastation left behind by Hurricane Helene. But the question is, how do all these events tie into prepping? Why should you be concerned, and what should you do about it? Let's start with the geopolitical tensions making headlines every day, specifically the wars between Israel and Iran and Russia and Ukraine. These conflicts aren't just regional, they have ripple effects on the entire world. Iran and Israel are in a bitter conflict that could potentially disrupt the global oil supply. A significant amount of the world's oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz, a choke point near Iran, and any escalation could cut off a huge portion of the world's energy supply. What happens if the oil stops flowing? Transportation costs spike, which means the cost of everything else, food, water, medicine, follows suit. The Russia-Ukraine war? That conflict has already massively disrupted global food supplies. Ukraine is one of the largest exporters of grain in the world, and with ports being blocked or destroyed, the supply chain for wheat, corn, and sunflower oil is in tatters. This means higher prices and scarcity in grocery stores globally. This is where your prepping instincts need to kick in. When geopolitical tensions hit, global supply chains break down. You'll see that at the pump, the grocery store, and even in pharmacies. Now is the time to start thinking about how to prepare for that disruption in your daily life. While global conflicts make headlines, let's not forget the massive issues we're facing right here in the United States. Currently, dockworkers at major ports along the West Coast are on strike, halting the flow of goods into the country. These aren't small numbers we're talking about. The West Coast handles about 40% of U.S. imports. So, when these workers walk out, it means we're going to see empty shelves at stores, delayed shipments, and rising prices on everything from electronics to clothes to, you guessed it, food. The scary part is that most people won't see the true effects of this strike until it's too late. Shipping delays are already causing massive backlogs, which means we're all about to feel the pinch. And what's worse, strikes like this could encourage even more labor unrest. Imagine a trucker's strike right after this. That would shut down everything. If you haven't already started building a food and medicine supply, now is the time to do so. You want to have enough essentials to last you for at least a few months. Because trust me, when the trucks stop rolling, it's going to get real tough to find what you need. Now let's talk about a different kind of disaster, Hurricane Helene. It's left parts of the United States in shambles, destroyed homes, flooded cities, and wiped out infrastructure. And as we've seen time and time again, natural disasters don't just cause immediate damage, they cripple supply chains. Roads are washed away, power grids fail, and local food production halts. The aftermath of these storms often takes months, sometimes years, to recover from. But in the short term, we're already seeing major logistical issues in the regions impacted by Helene. And it's not just the local economies that suffer. When key agricultural areas are destroyed, it affects food supplies on a national scale. Same goes for disruptions in water systems and even medical supplies. This is another reminder of how important it is to have your own supply of essentials. Whether it's canned goods, water filtration systems, or first aid kits, you need to be ready. Because disasters like these aren't isolated events. They affect everyone everywhere. So what's the common thread between all these crises? Whether it's war, a strike, or a natural disaster? The answer is that they all disrupt the systems we rely on to live comfortably, and sometimes to survive. If these events continue, and they probably will, we could be looking at a perfect storm that leads to economic collapse. Think about it. War in the Middle East, spiking oil prices, dock workers on strike shutting down imports, a hurricane destroying infrastructure, and on top of that, global inflation already on the rise. This is why prepping isn't just about being ready for a short-term power outage or a weekend camping trip. It's about long-term survival in a world where the systems we take for granted could fail at any moment. So, what can you do today? Start by focusing on the basics. food, water, and medicine. Build up a stockpile that will last you and your family for at least 3 to 6 months. Consider alternative sources of energy like solar panels or a backup generator. And don't forget to stay informed about what's happening in the world, because the more you know, the better you can prepare. Thanks for sticking around until the end. If today's video made you think, or if you've got prepping strategies of your own, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And remember, these aren't just distant events. They're already impacting our lives and will continue to do so. The best time to prepare is now. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll dive deeper into prepping strategies and how to stay ahead of the curve in uncertain times. Stay safe, stay ready, and we'll see you next time.